So LeBron James is a free agent again next offseason, and this time around, it actually seems like there's a real possibility he might look to join another team. The Cavaliers are kind of falling apart in front of our eyes. They fired their GM without consulting LeBron, and then their number one candidate passed up on them after they apparently lowballed him. So today we're going to look at 5 teams LeBron James could join in 2018 free agency for one last chapter of his career. So at number 5 we have the Los Angeles Lakers. There's been a lot of rumors over the last year about LeBron going to LA, but let's be honest, there's pretty much been a ton of rumors about every player going to LA, and it seems like pretty much none of them ever happened. So why did I include the Lakers on this list? Well, first of all, they are one of the premier franchises in the league. So many of the past legends have played for the Lakers, from Kareem to Magic to Kobe to Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West. The list continues to go on. In LA, LeBron could team up with Magic Johnson, who's now the Lakers president. So the Lakers have a lot more stability going forward. On top of this, they have over $50 million in cap space, and that includes Luol Deng's contract, which if they could get rid of that, that's another $18 million. So my thought here, if LeBron James wanted to get the Banana Boat crew together for one last hurrah, this would definitely be the place to do it. On top of that, Paul George is also always in Lakers rumors. So if Paul George is really serious about LA, I don't think it's completely out of the question LeBron could join him there, especially if he wants to bring along like maybe Dwayne Wade or Carmelo Anthony with him. And a lot of this might depend on how good Lonzo Ball and Brandon Ingram look next season, but I guess we'll see. So the Lakers are number 5 on my list. At number 4 we have LeBron James reuniting with Pat Riley and the Miami Heat. So like LA, Miami's one of the premier locations in the league. They're also one of the better run franchises, definitely in the last decade. Miami has a ton of good players on pretty decent contracts. They would need to move a couple guys in order to clear enough cap space to sign LeBron. I'm assuming here Miami would keep Whiteside and pair him up with LeBron. This also opens up the door for LeBron to reunite with Dwayne Wade, who's also a free agent next year. They would have to make the money and the cap space work, but they could pull it off if they really wanted to. Obviously, Miami is a familiar location to LeBron. He played there before. He would also reunite with Eric Spoelstra, and this would also keep LeBron in the East, where I think we would all agree leaves LeBron with a much better opportunity to get to the finals. I don't really feel like Miami's a better option than Cleveland if LeBron just wants to win, so I don't really see this one as likely. But for the sake of this video, we're assuming LeBron James is leaving next season, so Miami is number 4 on the list. At number 3 we have the Minnesota Timberwolves. So Minnesota is probably the most interesting team in the entire NBA next season. They just picked up Jimmy Butler and Jeff Teague. Obviously they still have Karl Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, and Coach Thibodeau, and they really still kind of need a power forward, and LeBron would be absolutely amazing next to Karl Anthony Towns. So the main drawback here, and like most of the other ones, it really comes down to the money. The T-Wolves are going to have about $10 million in cap space that season, and also this is the same offseason where they're going to have to re-sign Andrew Wiggins. But if they can get rid of Gorgie Jang or Taj Gibson, they definitely might be able to make space. I'm not sure how long this will be able to work long term unless LeBron takes major pay cuts, because the T-Wolves still do have to pay Karl Anthony Towns too. Not to mention they'll also have to pay Jimmy Butler down the road, so I could see how this one wouldn't really work out. But there's also a possibility Minnesota could trade Andrew Wiggins. Jimmy Butler's basically a better version of him. They could still keep Karl Anthony Towns and then LeBron James, and that would create just a monster big 3. So this one is kind of out there, but like all the other ones, if LeBron wants it to happen, he can make it happen. At number 2 we have the most interesting one so far, the San Antonio Spurs. LeBron could team up with Kawhi and make easily the best wing duo in the league, and that's not to mention probably the best coach in basketball, Greg Popovich. The Spurs should have a ton of cap space next offseason. Danny Green, Rudy Gay, and LaMarcus Aldridge will all be free agents next summer, so the Spurs roster could look really different regardless of if LeBron even goes there. But some of the perks of going to San Antonio if you're LeBron, obviously San Antonio, one of the best franchises, if not the best, over the last 2 decades in the NBA. They have another top 5 player in the league, Kawhi, and he might be one of the best players in the league, or the best player in the league, to defend against the Warriors. Obviously San Antonio's in Texas, no income tax, so you tell me. I mean, this sounds like a great location for LeBron. Top 5 player in the league, best coach in the league, best franchise in the league, no income tax, top 3 team in the Western Conference. I mean, this seems like a perfect fit. The only thing about this is LeBron and Kawhi are kind of rivals, and LeBron has played the Spurs 3 times in the finals. Also, earlier this year, there's a lot of rumors that maybe NBA players don't really like Kawhi Leonard. Brian Windhorst reported on this, and I don't know if it's true, but I don't really see a reason to make this stuff up. But regardless if it's true or not, this definitely would be a great location for LeBron to go in 2018. At number 1, we have the Houston Rockets. So the Rockets won 57 games last season. They had the MVP runner-up, and then they went and added Chris Paul. So the Rockets could easily win 60 plus next season, and I see them being better than the Spurs. And then in 2018, they should have a lot of cap space to work with. Chris Paul is going to be a free agent again, and pretty much the only guys on their roster making over 10 million are Harden, Eric Gordon, and Ryan Anderson. And Ryan Anderson makes over 20 million a year, so they could easily move him and clear a lot of cap space. Again, like I said earlier, this is one of those where if LeBron wants it to happen, he can make it happen. Obviously, LeBron and Chris Paul are really good friends, so that's one of the draws. Their bench wouldn't really be that great, but there definitely would be a ton of ring chasers that would come to this team for cheap. The Rockets are one of the better franchises. Daryl Morey's definitely one of the best GMs in the league. Now, I don't know how this would work with the Carmelo Anthony rumors. I don't think Houston could afford all 4 of them, but if the Knicks and Rockets don't pull off a Carmelo Anthony trade, I definitely see Houston being one of the top options on LeBron's list. So that's pretty much it for this video. 5 teams LeBron James could join in 2018. Leave in the comments, did I forget any team? And then also, where do you guys want to see LeBron land in 2018? I think it's pretty tough for LeBron to turn down pretty much an easy road to the finals each year in the East, but at the same time, most of the players he could join up with are in the Western Conference, so that makes it tough for me to imagine him leaving the Cavs. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.